Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Deborah Pettit, and today we're talking about apostrophes. When I looked up apostrophes, I could not believe that there was one definition I had no clue about. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Let's see if your mind is as blown as mine was. 3 different kinds of apostrophes. The first one is an apostrophe is a speech given to an inanimate object. Yeah, try to say that 3 times fast. It's a thing that's not present. It could be a person that's not present. So, did you guys ever read Hamlet in school? Hamlet gives a speech to his dead friend, the skull, right? And he's talking to this skull. That's an apostrophe. It's so funny. Now, I know we've all talked to inanimate objects. Usually it's when I can't figure out what to do on the computer. And I start yelling at the computer, like, why won't you work? A doll, if we've ever talked to a doll, not just pretending with the doll, but actually given the speech to the doll, right? We talk, we have, this whole monologue to a toy, right? I have a great example of an apostrophe from a series called Gardener Quest by Marnie A. Lorimer. As they trooped outside and started the journey home, Paul transitioned the conversation to his truck, addressing it and talking about Alder and Henry as if they weren't there at all. These kids should know better. They keep taking advantage of an old lady. At least you stay where I put you. I'm sure you know the ocean's dangerous. The boys were forced to listen to Paul complain to the truck the entire drive home. A few times, Henry tried to cut through his long-winded speech to change the subject, but Paul would just start lecturing the glove compartment or the dashboard instead. There are 2 more definitions of apostrophe. That one was a very special one. I thought that was really cool that I learned that. But the second one is pretty easy. Contractions, right? It's really easy. If you want to learn more about contractions, you can go on Google, you can get a chart, you can print the chart, hang it up. Pretty easy. But I've got a few. So WHO apostrophe S is whose, right? But that's who is. Who is at the door? Who's at the door, right? Their, THEY apostrophe RE, they are. I have. She's, she is. It's, it is. I'm, I am, and the list could go on and on. Contractions are good in writing. It's really good to use them because that's really how people talk, especially if you're doing dialogue. And number 3, apostrophes are also used in possessives, and possessives are really difficult for a lot of writers. So study them. And I'll link the video on possessives as well, I've done in the past. But really, if Gordon has a book, then it's Gordon's book, right? The apostrophe S goes after Gordon. Gordon, apostrophe S, Gordon's book. When you're typing away and you're writing and you're just getting it out, sometimes you miss that apostrophe S, and it's a really easy thing to miss. And then when you're editing, you go back and it's like, wait, it's not a plural, so it has to be an apostrophe, right? That's about it. Now I've got an exercise that I think will be really fun. Get out a piece of paper and write a speech that you're giving to an inanimate object. So it could be a doll that you talk to, or what else? It could be taxes. You could pretend taxes are a person, you know, are people, and you could be talking to taxes. Get all your frustration out on that. You could talk to death or to love. Whatever you want to do, have fun with it. All right, see you next time. Bye.